here for the latest. South side or the north side, not tuned to the greatest. Home team for the home teams. Both sides got our own rings. On the mound or the long ball, but we don't put the wrong strings. Yeah. It's that time of the year now. Wrigley or a guarantee, so the whole league that we hear now. New show with a new mood. Discussions and interviews. Trade rumors that might be. This is Pinwheels and Knife.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Father Zoe, aka Southside Zoe. Apologize for my audio or video. It's not our normal night here. I'm sitting here with Baby Zoe, and we just had to do an impromptu emergency podcast. With me, as always, is Mr. Aldo Soto.
I'm so sorry, Zoe. This sucks.
And the good Reverend K. Fids.
I also offer my condolences, and I also got to figure out what the hell is going on with your background, Aldo. You're in the desert. Are you staying hydrated? It's fantastic. It looks real.
I found a green screen.
Doing a bunch of mushrooms and sitting in the desert does not sound like a bad idea right now.
Yeah.
A vision quest.
So it is Tuesday, May 4th. If you're listening to the podcast, if you're joining us live Monday night, what's going on? The emergency broadcast is because Luis Robert is out 3 to 4 months. He's done. I mean, he might come back this year. It's 3 to 4 months. He tore it. He tore the hip flexor. It's just not good. I mean, it looked terrible on Sunday. I didn't even get to see it live. I saw it on Twitter, though. Like, anytime a dude, especially an athlete of that caliber, pulls up like that, it's just never a good sign. And yeah, so I mean, that's where we're at. I would say let's tap this keg and all that stuff. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. It sucks, man. It really sucks. There was so much optimism and hope going into the season, and as it should be, rightfully so. The roster was stacked. See, look at even you made the baby cry. Way to go, injuries. The roster was stacked from top to bottom. And this is usually where, I would come in and try to be like positive spin and let's do this and let's go. But losing Aloy for the year and now you lose Robert for the year. I mean, if the White Sox can somehow come over this hurdle, that would be the best World Series DVD of all time. Because I can already picture it. Like, it'd be sick, but like, I don't know. It's really tough right now to even be positive at this point. I don't even know what else to say. I don't know much about a hip flexor. I'm not a doctor, even though I'm as handsome as the ones on TV. But yeah, man, it just sucks. So then to put a little extra sugar on top there, it looks like Adam Engel, who would probably have been Luis Roberts' replacement, pushed too hard in his rehab, and he's not coming back now to mid-June.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the years they've done this podcast, anything that's ever happened bad with the White Sox, Zoe has always been like, yeah, there'll be the initial like fuck or like this sucks, but anytime we get to the show, he's always been the first to like, hey, let's not panic, next man up, let's stay positive here. This is the first time I've like just heard you just completely dejected. And I mean, like you said, it's one thing after another. Like the Eloy injury, and it's like fuck. All right, you probably lost like one of your like top 2-3 hitters in lineup before the season starts, and then a month in, you lose your like best defensive player, one of your young hitters too, and
fastest guys.
This is my god.
And I mean, so now all you can do now, like, yes, you can be mad and frustrated and sad all at the same time. And again, I've said this on this show a billion fucking times. Do not let people tell you how to feel or how to fan. Like, I've never been cool with that. Like, it's still not. I'm personally just deflated about this.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect feeling.
It took a lot of the air out of my sails. But then right away, Well, Josh Nelson kind of tipped the cap midday today, saying like, I was told to prepare for bad news, and like, so in my head, we were getting this news since like 3 o'clock this afternoon. But you start thinking about what are you going to do now, and I mean, we're going to be seeing a lot of Billy Hamilton in center field, which no one's going to be able to match the defensive caliber that Robert does. I mean, he's a Gold Glover his rookie season. But I mean, there's a huge difference between Billy and Luis at the plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so then you can put Lurie Garcia out there, but I mean, yes, Lurie's had a good couple games, but I'm not in the trust tree with Lurie right now. Adam Eaton looks like he's playing hurt. Like he's a right fielder. You can't move him. Andrew Vaughn, you can't ask any more of him. He's got to be in left field. Seriously, fire Jake Lamb into the fucking sun. Because I feel like there's a guy I get every year on the team that I just want to like fire out into the sun. And this year's Jake Lamb. I hope he proves me wrong.
I know this is the Luis Robert episode. And I know we're not going to do the Tony LaRussa thing, but I just want to say that, one of the big things that Sox fans were complaining about when Ricky was around was, why the hell is AJ Reed batting cleanup? Getting a lot of the similar vibes with Jake Lamb. Yeah,
dude. Someone dug up an old article on ESPN2 where LaRussa called Jake Lamb a franchise player.
Yep.
When they were when they were on the Diamondbacks together, and reading that, it was like, okay, this is why this is happening.
Yeah, because remember, like, the signing was late. It was late in spring training.
That might have been something that he asked for, even if you think about it, with the sense. Yeah. No, I mean, so you look at this now too. I know the Lamb thing sucks, but you do bring up. I mean, we don't have to bring up the Tony La Russa criticism, or by any means. But I mean, obviously, the Passan story that came out this morning was a little bit rough. This is like a bad news day for the Sox. But when you look at it this way too, do you feel like, if there ever was a moment, because yesterday, I'll be honest, yesterday on Sox Twitter was fucking brutal. It was toxic yesterday. It was toxic everywhere. I mean, shoot, I'm guilty of it even. And it just spread like wildfire. Could this be that moment maybe where White Sox fans, guess what? You guys are in this together now at this point. You have bad circumstance, and in life, sometimes the worst circumstance brings the randomest people together to work for one big cause. And I don't know. I mean, do you think that perhaps, now it's kind of an effort mentality. Like, what else do we got to lose? That's just whatever. I mean, you're almost going to have to stop worrying about lineup cards and start worrying about who's healthy at this point. And hopefully you could, push the right buttons and continue to win ball games as these guys are out, and maybe look for an option outside of the organization, or even, is there anything option, coming up, because also you got, what's his name? Raylo had eye surgery today. He's out for 3 weeks. So, you have other people that are just, it seems like it's just falling down and trickling down. So is this a time to come together for White Sox fans and the Sox? I know in that clubhouse, I guarantee you, they're going to rally together as best they can. Rallies don't, when you rally like this, it doesn't always last a whole season. It's more, mass, testosterone going. And adrenaline, but do you think that this is at least going to pull some together at least? I don't know. I'm trying to think of the positives here. I'm trying to be positive guy.
No, and I mean, it's definitely something that could happen. I mean, probably going to get a lot of people jump off, which is I'm good with. The team doesn't have that real factor that it did with Eloy and Luis Robert, and I totally get it. But sorry, I'm going to keep messing with my camera. It's easier to hold it this way. Team still has a top 3 pitching staff. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think of positives. They still have a top 3 pitching staff. I really can give a shit about Raylo's eye surgery, but
I just bring up
this team has had these. Yeah, I know. I understand. I appreciate it. This team has had a very stacked minor league outfield for a very long time, which doesn't make me feel better, because I have these guys been in the minor leagues for their entire career, but they're all going to get shots now. Luis Gonzalez, who else? There's Rutherford. You're just going to start seeing these dudes now, and hey, maybe the White Sox caught fucking lightning in a bottle with Yerman Mercedes this season.
Yep.
Very rarely does that happen to a team twice in one season. But who I mean,
maybe there's another hero in the bottle. Like maybe it's possible. Like is there who do you look at, Zoe? Who do you look at and say, you keep an eye on, you go, maybe we're gonna get some something special, because we're, again, when the situation dictates something that's like off kilter, sometimes the weirdest shit happens. And in this case, perhaps a guy will step out that never was a standout kind of guy. Do you have anybody? You have your eye on anybody that might be that lightning in a bottle, at least, or maybe we'll just call it the oar to tread water. But
I know who Zoe wants.
Well,
no. And it's no one on Sox.
Right. Well, that's the next point I was going to get to, is options outside the organization. But there's three guys that if I'm Getz, the player development manager for the White Sox, I'm bringing all three of them in the room: Luis Gonzalez, Rutherford, and Micker Adolfo, and being like, Micker, you're 64 years old. It's time, dude. Like, fellas, I can't give you a better opportunity on a fucking golden platter. I couldn't have created this for you. This is it. If you're going to be a Major League Baseball player, it's now. It's time, right now. You're each going to get your shot. Let's see what you can do. Do you want to be a Major League player or not? Like, here we go. And we're going to see. We're going to see, because they could easily go 0 for 3 on this one, which brings me to my next point. People start throwing out names outside of the organization. The first name that keeps coming up is Charlie Blackmon. I love Captain Caveman, dude. I love him. I think he's great. He's awesome in MLB The Show. Like,
I just saw a tweet.
He's 34. Oh no, what now?
It's just a trade suggestion. Do you know who's just activated from the injured list for the Cubs? Outfielder Jock Peterson.
Oh yeah.
Zoe.
I mean, it's hard.
Buy low. You can buy very low, because right now he's been nothing. They just want to get rid of that money.
You literally probably could send some pizza as a trade right now. I'm like,
I was going to say it's
take half the salary and a rose.
Come on, Zoe. You can finally have your guy.
It's pretty hard to get up for a guy that's hitting like 0.72.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, but that's an option. Charlie Blackmon's come up a lot. Captain Caveman, like I said, he's great in MLB The Show, but he's 34 years old, making $22 million. And yes,
that doesn't seem like that's going to be enough.
That's Kenny's type of guy. He loves getting guys on the. In their
do we have to have
season.
Do we have to have this conversation too?
That dude that's been all over Twitter. It really has.
Conversation. You guys, you guys borrow him and just contribute to his salary next year? You guys can have him for the rest of the season. No prospects, just pay his salary for next year for the Cubs. You can have him. And Rick is shut the hell up.
I joked around on Twitter a little bit, just saying like K-Fitz call him, and I was just joking around, but like I don't know if people aren't paying attention, but he just won Player of the Week. The dude's hitting the cover off the ball. I don't think the Cubs are gonna be like, now's a good time.
It'd be kind of a dick move to trade him to the AL, since he's one of the top 3 NL MVP candidates. Split the season in half, he's screwed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're an NL candidate. Go play in the league with Mike Trout. Bye.
Bye.
But,
I mean, there's the two. I think we brought up a name earlier, and this was before the news about Robert. David Peralta, and then
Joey Gallo.
I saw you tweet about him. Mitch Haniger from the Mariners.
To me, Mitch Haniger is the best bet. I think Mitch Haniger is the best fit on the team. I really do. Just his style of play. I don't know his contract. I'm not.
And by the way, speaking of Micker, and we talked about it last week too. Alex reminded us he didn't even make the Charlotte.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to just go and be like, dude, I don't know what happened to you. Like, we had all the hope in the world for you. Like, in the futures game, he played great. Like, all this shit. Like, if you want this, dude, it's now. Figure it out.
And you brought it up earlier, and I think like Han obviously was already asked about it, and hear what he said. Yeah, like we may explore trade options, and like you said, the White Sox have a great starting rotation, so that is going to keep the Sox in it. It's not like shit, we just lost Luis Robert, like there goes the season. Like the pitching is great enough where it's gonna be like June, July. The Sox are gonna be right in the middle of it, so it's not like all right. just forget about this season. Like, no, like there's going to be some tough decisions. Like in July, it's like Han's going to be like, do I want to trade these couple pieces to get this outfielder or something? Because like they're going to be right in it.
It's like the old Irish proverb, man. You get knocked down 9 times, you got to get up 10.
Still,
and the White Sox are they're getting hit with this adversity. But it is May 3rd. It's very early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to factor too. Abreu, not a good start. Grandal, horrific start. Moncada's starting to find it now. Baseball America put out their top 3 AL Rookie of the Year candidates. Number 1 was German, number 2 was Michael Kopech, and number 3 was Madrigal. Like, there is guys playing well right now for the Sox, despite what people like to say right now. This isn't all doom and gloom, but yes, we just lost 2 top 50 players. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's never something that you could be like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'd be lying if I was sitting here saying it's not a big deal. That's a huge fucking deal. But it's not the it's not the end all be all. So,
yeah, like whoever the Sox even get, like at the end of the day, you're still losing like a 4 or 5 WAR player,
right?
In Luis Robert.
Oh,
like that's just not you're just not gonna find that in anyone you trade for.
Yeah, you guys are sending me tweets. I can't read tweets. I'm on.
Sorry, Sox Machine just posted something. It's kind of funny, and it's obviously a product of his timeline and who he follows, but. It's really kind of funny. It says, Yerman, not now. Read the room. And it has a Scott Merkin tweet. It says, either way, the timeline's the same. Robert will not resume activities for 12 to 16 weeks. Ryan McGuffrey's tweet, Luis Robert is out for 12 to 6 weeks. And then right wedged in the middle of another 2 tweets about the grade 3 strain and another one from Merkin about the grade 3 on the hip flexor. Right in the middle is buried a tweet from Yerman retweeting with the cool high hands up emoji about his 485-foot home run.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of all this just terrible drama, he's all like, I love my home run. And everyone's like, read the room. German, not now. It's just kind of funny. It obviously is a product of just the timeline feed. It's not like, I mean, Yerman right now should be probably posting stuff about, his teammate probably, or not at all, but that's kind of funny. That's a funny circumstance.
No, I think because it was literally 3 minutes after Han announced the injury. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, and I don't want people listening to this or watching this right now by any means being like, "Oh, that's it. Zoe thinks the season." I don't think the season's over whatsoever. Again, top 3 pitching staff, not just starters or bullpen staff. Top 3, and we still have a lot of very good players on this team that just started out slow.
Go ahead.
My only gripe with this team is Jake Lamb is not a Major League Baseball player right now. He's just
like, no, and like for that reason, like this is why it especially sucks because you have a top 3 pitching staff. Like everything is there.
And I mean, injuries always happen, but this is 2 severe injuries to probably arguably the 2 worst guys that could have happened to. And I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just the feeling right now is just deflated. Tomorrow starts a new day, a new series against Cincinnati. They said Dylan Cease was out there taking BP and homers. He's ready to pitch in Cincinnati. I'd love for Cease to hit a long ball. That'd be cool. I'm definitely gonna bet that. I don't really know what else to say, dude. There's so many names out there that you could think of for the trade, but like. Again, it being May 3rd right now, no one's really, sprinting to the table unless you make a ridiculous offer. And I don't want to see the White Sox sell their future. Like, I don't want to see Jared Kelly get put in a deal just to be put in a deal. Unless you think that deal is the deal that's going to put you over the top. I don't want to see them more. I've been seeing people throw out some wild names too, like Garrett Crochet.
So do you think that there's? It reminds me of 2017 when benefit for the White Sox in a sense that I felt like there was a snap knee jerk reaction for the Cubs struggling in 2017 where they went out and traded Quintana and they traded for Quintana and they gave up Cease and Eloy. Do you think that they have to hold a steady hand here, right? They've got to hang on and say maybe we shouldn't overreact here. Let's see if it can work. Or do they seriously go, hey, this is it? Because you feel like the window's a little bit wider than just 2021, and you can kind of give it a run. And do you want to really give up possible, inexpensive depth pieces down the line that would fix a situation like this. You don't have to pay him as much. That's the biggest problem the White Sox had, I think, in the offseason is it's the best players. They're just not going to take a backup's job. And that's hard to fill up a roster. People saying, Reinsdorf didn't spend. Who are you going to pay that's going to be a platoon guy other than someone that's actually a platoon guy? It's a difficult situation, but you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And there's plenty of good prospects, but they're not ready now. And it's
to that point, exactly. That's why Josh Peterson didn't come to the Sox. Sox offered him. He said, "I don't want to be a platoon player. I don't want to. I want to go somewhere where I'm going to be every day." And there was a lot of reports over the winter that there was a couple players that they were just like, I'm not going there to platoon with a guy. I'm going somewhere to play every day because I want to keep stacking so I can get that bigger check. But hey, we got an opening.
Hey.
So come on.
Help
down.
wanted sign up in the dugout right now.
I think at this point the worst case scenario is John Jay.
No, he's like, isn't he in AAA somewhere or something?
He's a free agent, so.
They wouldn't.
And I think he was on that. I think he was on one of the last Tony LaRussa Cardinals teams.
I think LaRussa's gotten those privileges revoked with Jake Lamb.
Listen, go take a nap, Tony.
Wait, are the Sox gonna have to get Nick Williams back?
Eat a Snickers, dude. No, it's Nick Williams. No, like seriously, if they do bring back like a Nick Williams or I'm not even gonna say John Jay's name. Fuck that guy. But if they bring one of those guys in and they don't even give like Luis Gonzalez a shot or like Rutherford or Wasabi, or not Wasabi gone, Adolfo, like any of those guys a shot, that's just horse shit. I mean, what better time?
This is it.
Let's go. And again, you sit them down and you're like, if you really want to be a major league ball player, now is your time. Because other than that, you're going to go back to AAA, eating hot dogs on a bus for the rest of your until you decide baseball's done for you.
Yep.
So I mean, if you come up as an outfielder right now and you can't get in, because this lineup's still pretty damn good. You're not like going into like a Orioles lineup or a Pirates lineup or somewhere where people don't have to pitch, or people still are going to pitch to you in this lineup. Like you are the out in the lineup, so people are going to come at you. So you're going to have every opportunity to make something happen. So again,
and I mean, you like Sox fans didn't want this to happen, but like I mean, Andrew Vaughn's probably going to play a lot now. Like there's probably not going to be a lot more days off for Andrew Vaughn.
He's earned it.
Yeah. That too. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have to be in left a lot.
Tony foresaw this. He was meditating with Yoda, and he saw this circumstance, and now his Padawan is ready. He's lost his excuses to sit somebody unless they show up late to work again. But
watching Andrew Vaughn take 100-mile-an-hour fastball and just shoot it straight up the middle, it's like that dude's MLB ready, man. Like that's hard as fuck to do, and he just did it. But and I guess since we're just talking about stuff, the whole benching because he's late, I'm good with it. You're late, you sit. It's been that way since you were in fucking 5th grade. Like, hey,
if you're not early, you're late. If your Uber was late, you should have scheduled an earlier Uber. If that's the breaks. And I've mentioned it. Some other people talking too. If you don't punish him, then he's not going to know that it's not okay, and he's going to continue to do it over time, and that becomes a problem because there are certain other players that showed late. It's the second time.
He got a warning the first time because he showed up late in the Angels series, the opening series of the season. Again, it was a car mix-up, and then this time it happened again, and they're just like, bro. And I'm good with it. I bet you it doesn't happen again. Won't happen again.
But that's a good thing because it establishes a pattern. And we've heard of other players in Chicago showing up late that have admitted to it in the past. So it becomes a pattern if it becomes enabling. So I like the idea. I like what Tony said though. He said it's explainable, yet he insisted that it's not acceptable. And that's.
I was good with that.
You understand you're not pissed at the kid, but you know the rules are the rules. Win or lose, you got to hold true to that accountability. That's a bigger picture thing in the long run for this guy's career and just for accountability in the clubhouse as a whole. I think that's you got to tip the old guy a little bit of cap for not just totally bitching out.
I just wish he pregame he would have said that more clearly.
He said it's explainable, Alex. He said it was explainable.
No, but before the game, he tried to. I don't know why he everyone. I think everyone would have been on his side. He's like, yeah, I know, this is the second time it's happened. We gave him a warning before, but he's like, it was kind of a close call between him and Jake Lamb anyway. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to
just leave it late. That's it. Gotcha.
If you want to send a message to your guy, do it. I think even the LaRussa haters, the LaRussa haters, they would have been all right, fine, fuck it. Well, he was late. But don't make it. It's I was maybe gonna start Jake Lamb anyway. It's come on.
Yeah, that was bad. Don't do that. That's pissing in your Cheerios and saying, it's raining or whatever. Fuck that saying. I don't know, man. I'm a little deflated, like I said, and I've been making a very conscientious effort not to drink bourbon during the week, but about to go pop.
It is after 5. I mean,
gonna go pop the expensive bottle. Baby Zoe's still up because he's getting older, so he's staying up a little later. So I have to work to get him done, and then I'll be very sadly playing the show tonight.
Oh man,
just pounding home runs with Eloy and Robert back to back, putting it on easy and just hitting tags with them. It sucks, man. I don't know what else to say. And again, if you want to be a shitty person about it and take your frustrations out on other people, that's your prerogative. Just know you're being a shitty person. I mean, hopefully we can find some solace in, having such a great community and being tight knit together. But sports, dude, injuries happen, and it's just now it's all about what they do. I mean, Sunday when he got hurt, that took every ounce of wind out of that team right away. That team played so flat on Sunday after that happened. So hopefully this is when the leadership in the locker room, the Tim Andersons and the Jose Abreu's really need to step up. Lucas Giolito, Dallas Keuchel, and just be like, all right, fellas, this fucking sucks, but let's fucking get going. And I swear to God, if they bring in Yasmil Puig, I'm going to fucking flip out.
No, that I did see that on the timeline. That's the one I don't think is going to happen.
No, dude. Do not bring Twig is not the answer. You can click
there. I think there is a reason, and we've discussed it a lot, that he hasn't been with the team in 2 years.
No, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You guys got anything else? I'm gonna just kind of dip out.
Well, before we sign off, I
want
to give a shout out to Kevin and Aloha, Mr. Hand, new podcast, Tainted Glove. Oh, yeah. Go subscribe.
Yeah, it's fun. It's more about food and talking about random shit too. It's not. We kind of steer away from the baseball stuff as much as possible. I mean, it comes up, but we're having some fun talking just shit on a Sunday night.
And it's going to be after Pinwheels on Thursdays, right? Or
no, it shows up every morning now. We're not going to do that. That after party is just to hang around now. At this point, it's just a silly. I mean, we pushed it to a Sunday night thing where we're gonna actually record. We record every Sunday night and then post it Monday morning.
Okay, great. Tainted Glove.
We'll be classy gentlemen on a Sunday evening.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
All right, everybody. For Fids, although I'm Zoe, stay up, man. Just stay up, guys. It'll be all right. We'll talk about it. We'll see.
This too.
We'll be back on our normal time slot on Thursday. But always you can tweet at us, DM us. You know where to find us. So take care, everybody. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll see you later this week.